It's an interaction that we had off stream, and it's like, I don't know.
What happens if I paste link? I like, oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, that sure is a thing that's on my computer now. Oh no, it's in pictures.
You've done it now.
There's no going back at this point. Wait, crap, I actually did, like, change over. Oh no. Oh no, what have I, oh no, what have I done?
I don't know, what have you done?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
so
right.
for context, I saw a tweet, and it was rabbit characters with anatomically correct eye placement.
Yeah.
And the Haru one, as you can see, is hilarious.
So, wait, why is this all there here? Thanks for the follow, man.
Credit to at WeirdCatHQ on Twitter.
Yeah. Wait, no, I think I dove off to the side for some reason. Alright, yeah.
That was their post.
I feel like every Vieira cap has to be like this now.
No.
It would be so horrible, but it'd be so funny, though. Oh, man. Okay, so I don't know, Shaman King or whatever, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so I watched it last week, but we had to cancel. Why did we have to cancel? You weren't feeling up to it?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't matter. But yeah, we had to cancel it. I haven't watched it since, but I kind of remember what happened.
Yeah, it's like, I rewatched it, and it's like, okay, yeah, now I remember, like, every bit of this, honestly. Like, this is a good episode, so, like, it didn't really, like, leave my brain that much.
Yeah, I remember the cool parts.
Oh boy, do I remember the cool parts.
Hey, guess what? Angels portrayed as, like, super robots is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing, because it's like, going back through this, it's like, so between, like, going through this and playing back through, like, Legend of Dragoon, I feel like I'm starting to very clearly see where a lot of my, like, personal tastes come from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's like, this is the series that, like, introduced me to, like, necromancers, and it's like, oh yeah, that's super rad. Oh, necromancers forever, they're awesome. And I'd, like, go to play Legend of Dragoon as a kid, and it'd be like, oh yeah, Rose is the coolest, yeah, that's what a good character is, or whatever, and that, like, already, like, is influencing my writing super hard and stuff. It just never stopped. Yeah, and I'm, like, going to this episode, it's like, huh, is this where my love for effing mecha comes from?
All the way back to Shaman King, huh?
I think it might be.
Not like an actual mecha anime?
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Because it's like, I do remember this happening and being like, oh dude, these robot angels are like the coolest though, and they're like doing all the cool things.
They're very, very cool robots.
Yeah. They're also very car-like. They're extremely car-like.
Are they?
Yeah, like, you probably don't, like, remember too clearly, but, like, once I bring up the picture, it'll be like, oh yeah, no, like, those are just straight up, like, fenders and, like, headlights and stuff, and that's weird. Yeah, so this episode starts where the last one left off, where, like, Ryu's finally getting his big moment to kill Boris the vampire. Except not yet, because we first get Ryu's full-on, like, backstory with Tokagero.
Yeah. Hey, Ryu looks really cool without the pompadour, actually.
Yeah, he actually kind of makes it work. Like, this is probably the least weird hairstyle Ryu has ever had, and it came about by, like, pure chance. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
just by
that's all his hairstyles, but still.
yeah, but this is like not maintaining it in any way because he's
Yeah.
like uh basically condensing the situation. He goes to Yo's grandfather to be trained, and he denies him. And Ryu and Takaguro have this whole heart to heart conversation.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, wanna be my guardian ghost once I'm a shaman?" And it's like, and Takaguro's on board with it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And only after Ryu sits outside of do we ever get the name of his grandpa's do we ever get his grandpa's name?
Probably, but I don't remember what it is.
Okay, well, Gramps, he only trains Ryu after Ryu sits outside for several days and eventually passes out.
Yeah.
You know, doing the anime protagonist thing of like showing their determination by not giving up, and then the mentor's like, "Yeah, I'll train you."
That's something I really like about this, because it's like, oh yeah, he's so, like, strong-spirited, and, like, he has so much determination or whatever, and, like, in a lot of shonen, it's like, okay, so what, you're still an idiot? But in a world where determination is literally, like, a source of power, that actually counts for something.
Yeah.
Like, willpower is, like, tangibly, like, a hard part of what makes you a good shaman. Like, confirmed, just straight up.
Yeah. Because if your ideals waver or whatever, then you get weaker.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gramps is like, all right, I'll train you. If you can make it to the top of it's not Mount Fuji, is it? It's a different mountain, right?
I think it is. I don't remember specifically. They throw a lot of Japanese names around for different places and stuff, and a lot of it's just like, just over my head, really.
Yeah. Basically, he's like, climb this mountain and I'll train you. No using the roads or like pre-established pathways.
Yeah. Yeah, he's also like, oh yeah, also you have to, like, go by, like, the river, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah. And they go and they're, like, attacked by, like, random ghosts that, like, died in floods and stuff that they just have to deal with. But yeah, they eventually get to the top, and there's, like, look out over, like, the view and stuff, and the grandpa's like, oh yeah, this mountain was, like, the inspiration for the legend of Orochi, which is, like, this, like, snake in Japanese mythology that has, like, 8 heads and, like, 8 tails, and, it would, like, just ravage villages and stuff, and, people, like, used to, like, kind of worship the river, but then it flooded and killed a bunch of people, and, that, like, tainted its name, and it became this vile monster and all this stuff.
Mount Sensuzan, by the way.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, essentially the gist of it is, like,
It's like, yeah, Orochi wasn't...
Yeah.
Orochi didn't exist. Orochi was like the river.
Yeah.
This great river.
And he's basically trying to get across, like, like, appreciate the power of nature and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's, like, talking about, like, how, like, Orochi's, like, intertwined with, like, the sword of, like, Susanoo or whoever, who, like, turned its tail into a blade. And it cuts back to the present. And it's actually really cool, because it's like, alright, now you knew... Blah, blah, blah. Now you know us lore and stuff. It's like, okay, well, yeah, like, Ryu's got the sword, and, like, his ghost, like, becomes the snake, and he becomes the Orochi.
Yeah, so there's a reason why Takaguro is specifically themed after Orochi now.
Yeah, which is honestly really cool. I actually like that a lot. There's more significance behind it than just like, oh yeah, snakes because lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he is sort of like Rex effing vampire boy, and just beats him, and everyone's like, okay, yeah, heck yeah, good crap, Ryu. Well done, my man.
Yeah, that was great. And then Ryu just like falls off of Basson, and Lyserg makes a net out of his dowsing thing to catch him.
If Lyserg wasn't there, would Ryu have died?
Probably not. Somebody would have caught him.
Probably not, but still, it's nice.
Yeah.
This is probably like the first directly helpful thing Lyserg has done so far, actually.
True.
Like, not to downplay Lyserg, but like, outside of this, it's like his main thing so far is he got like possessed by a vampire and like nearly killed himself.
Yeah. And they're like, alright, yeah, we should finish off Boris. And Yo's like, no, we'd just be common murderers if we did that.
Yeah, this is a weird thing, because like, in the manga, it's like, I don't know, maybe there would be some value to killing him because he, like, murdered a ton of people.
Yeah.
In the anime, it's like, that's not a thing. So it's like, okay, nah, he's like, Boris is just a random goon, we just gotta, like, stop him.
And it seems like Boris is probably, like, if the next thing that happened didn't happen, Boris probably would have joined the team, it seems like. Well, like, I mean, he calls Yo-sama. Like...
Yeah. I had the feeling that, like, he probably would have joined the team, but he would have at least, like, given them information and, like, went on his way or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get the feeling that he would be like, yo, oh, you, like, spared my life, but that was a mistake, I'm going to come back and kill you. Like, I feel like that's not, like, the type of guy he is.
I don't know. But whatever the case, he's like laying there defeated, and all of a sudden something flies out of the shadows and impales him, and it cuts up to what did it, and it's like the shot of it is like crazy for like showing how big it is.
Yeah,
like the sword is gigantic.
Yeah, this thing is effing huge. Like the effing like angels of the X-Laws are like nuts.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you got that picture.
Yeah. I was like considering whether or not to get it, but it's like, no, I need this shot. It's so good though.
Yeah. So this is Michael, the Archangel.
So like in the world of Shaman King, effing like angels are just mechas.
Yeah. Whether or not they're actually like God's angels and they just look like robots, or if it's like I have a ghost and I'm naming it after the like the angels. I don't know, but it's cool. They
make a really interesting poem about this, which is like a bit later on, after this happens, they're like talking about what just went down. And Bassan very specifically says like, hey, I've never seen something like that before.
He's also Chinese. He's probably he's like ancient Chinese warrior. He probably never had any interaction with the Christian faith.
Yeah. It's like the manga does elaborate on this a bit, because he's like, yeah, like, it's a bit weird that, like, angels would be robots, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and Rin's like, yeah, that's true, but, like, like, we just got the exclamation out how spirits can, like, change their appearance and stuff, so maybe they just, like, changed over time to, like, fit, like, with modern society or something like that, essentially. Also, it's like, alright, yeah.
Yeah. So not only does Michael stab Boris to kill him, there's like a surge of energy in the sword and a bright flash, and he just disintegrates Boris.
Yeah, you don't just kill him, you like non-exists him. You were just like, you were gone.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap.
And then we got the X-Laws, which are a bunch of like I guess they're the Christian faith the quote unquote shamans.
Yeah, they're essentially
they're,
like a Christian based like shaman team of like missionaries who exist for the sole purpose of like trying to like defeat Hao and like stop his evil reign and stuff.
Yeah. Marco, who is their leader, looks like a less scary version of the dude from Helsing.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I don't remember his name, but
is they like Alexander Anderson or something, or is that maybe someone else? Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah, the only ones I really remember, it's like Marco, I think the girl's like Minnie, one of these dudes is Lucky, I forget which one, and effing like masked guy is freaking Kevin.
Yeah, they have a very interesting set of names.
Yeah.
And it's probably the Japanese writer is like, what are some American sounding names? And it's like, Marco, okay.
Yeah.
Minnie, that one's kind of old fashioned.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Lucky, I don't think anybody actually has the name Lucky.
Wait, you're telling me your name's not really Lucky?
Who would have thought?
Oh no, my life is a lie. But yeah, they like...
what is it? I went to the scene where he's listing off names, and the first name that he lists off is Dingbat.
Oh, right. I forgot about Dingbat.
Dingbat, Minnie, Lucky, Bunstar, Pof, and Kevin.
Yeah, and Kevin's like the only one that's like a normal person.
He's the only one who has like a normal name, but he's also the weirdest looking one because judging on the order of the names, he's the last guy they mention, and he's got like a Japanese Oni mask almost.
Yeah, it seems very plausible that Kevin might be some kind of cyborg.
Maybe,
because like. Alright, so how this group works is, like, they've all got their own, like, type of firearm that they shoot bullets out of, or some type of munition, and, like, the actual bullet is, like, the medium for, like, summoning the angel, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have a bit of a better shot in the manga, and, you know, like, Marco's gun literally has, like, a big angel on the hilt and stuff, and his bullets have, like, the word Michael carved into them, you know? So it's, like, it's specialized gear for this, basically. And, like, Kevin just holds his arms up, and he's just got, like, bullets shooting out of, like, his fingertips.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Kevin is just, like, a straight-up effing cyborg. There's no other way.
It's kind of, by the way, it's kind of crazy how, like, I know we talk about it all the time, but it's like, man, Yo is so chill about everything.
Yeah.
Like, he's upset that they killed Boris, but that didn't stop him from being like, okay, we'll go with you guys.
Yeah, like, he's obviously troubled about it, but it's like, I feel like this does kind of make sense, because it's like, you know, how many of these guys are? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, maybe 7?
It didn't mean he had to fight him. It just, he could have been like, I'm not going with you.
Yeah. Like, I can at least kind of get it, because it's like, you know, alright, like, Boris, like, tried to attack us, and, you know, they, like, these guys show up, and they're like, yeah, it's a good thing we came. We, like, you know, we saved you from this evil monster. And it's like, okay, you know, like, you saw a fight and you chose to help us out. Like, you went too far, but, you know, first strike, right?
Yeah.
And Yo's, like, clearly not okay with it, but he's like, alright, fine, you know, I'm not gonna, like, you know, make a big scene or anything. I'm just gonna, like, you know, try to, like, hope this doesn't really, like, keep happening or whatever, I guess.
Lyserg agrees with the X laws. By the way, he's like, oh yeah, he was a criminal. There's nothing wrong with executing a criminal.
Yeah, that's the thing, because, like, especially in the manga with how many people Boris kills, it's like, okay, yeah, like, dude absolutely kind of deserves to die if he's just doing this regularly. But at the same time, it's also like, it's very much not, like, your place to kill him.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm honestly, I didn't know what to expect coming into the show, but I kind of thought it was like a more aimed at kids shonen series.
yeah.
And maybe it is by Japanese standards. But I'm just surprised by like how many villains and even a lot of the good characters just straight up die.
Yeah. This is a series dealing with ghosts. People just, people get wrecked.
Yeah, it's just kind of surprising.
Yeah, because
it's in a show like this, I don't expect. It's like, oh, we beat the bad guy and he's sorry and he's gonna leave, and that's seemingly what was gonna happen with Boris until the X-Laws showed up and just killed him.
Yeah, that's like the thing is because the way the power system of this show works, you can absolutely beat people without killing them, straight up, full stop.
Yeah.
So a level of violence that's beyond that is 100% unnecessary.
Yeah. Boris had already lost.
Yeah. What could have done, swing at them with his, puny human arms is, Horo just, shrugs off his punches with his bullet-stopping ice oversoul.
Also, it's... did you have more to that thought?
No, go on.
Okay. I was gonna say, they also bring up a point where we need to not forget that this is all leading up to a tournament. They're traveling together, but they're all gonna be opponents.
Yeah, we're not even at the tournament yet.
Yeah, including but the thing is including the X-Laws, assuming nothing bad happens to that group and they all get killed somehow, they're gonna have to fight them.
Yeah.
The question is, did the X-Laws have to fight themselves, or can you enter as a group?
I think you actually can enter as a group. This is slight spoilers, but I remember that being a thing later on, where it's okay, get your team together of how many members, and you have a team battle or whatever, and it's a whole thing.
Okay.
But yeah, imagine if it was one-on-one, X-Law against X-Law, then one of them would just be okay, yeah, you're higher ranked, I forfeit, and they'd just walk away.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Because, of course, right?
Yeah, it's alright, we don't need to fight each other, I outrank you, so you take the fall.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if Yo had to fight I don't know, Horo or Rin or whatever, it'd be a proper real match. Cause yeah, of course.
So yeah, they're just kind of walking through the cavern, and they're talking about how kill a murder or whatever, nobody cares. And Lyserg admires the X-Laws and their angels, and he's aren't they impressive? They're awesome.
Yeah. This is the main meat of the episode, by the way.
Yeah. But we do eventually catch up to Hal's minions.
Yeah. Man,
go ahead.
I just love how much this group adds to the narrative right now, because it's alright, we've gone through this whole thing, we've had so many redemption arcs, and we've had so many people kind of not really push Yo's ideology that hard, and here comes this group, and it's okay, yeah, bam, they're
Evil must be purged.
Yeah, they're unwavering and completely unapologetic about this. These guys are not going to magically change their mind, I imagine, or whatever. they're like in it to the end. These are people it's like, Yo's gonna have to like defeat on like an ideological level and like, actively like go out of his way to stop, or they're just gonna like keep doing what they do.
Yeah, this is the this group is an example of the like justice or like following good to a fault.
Yeah, like it feels like really necessary for this part of the show for like Yo to have like some force out there that like challenges him and pushes his beliefs, right?
Yeah. Also, I figured out what I was actually trying to say, and I just didn't word it very well. This group is the embodiment of lawful doesn't exactly mean good.
Yes. This is like straight up like there's a term for this in One Piece called absolute justice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, like circumstances don't matter, like if you do the thing you will be like wiped off the earth, we don't care, we are justice and you will die.
There's like a Navy thing?
Yes, straight up.
Okay.
Because there's a big thing where it's like, different like big admirals represent different like ideals of justice or whatever, as mentioned like in the actual series. And just there's just a magma guy who's just straight up absolute justice, who's like, okay, you're a criminal, alright, just die.
Yeah. One Piece, I guess, is a really good example of like chaotic doesn't mean evil, lawful doesn't mean good.
Yeah.
Because the pirates, like Luffy and his crew, are like, they're the good guys.
Yeah, I think it's like there's something like absolute justice, there's like lazy justice, there's like something, I forget what all three of them, but I remember absolute justice.
Okay. Well, goofy terminology aside, like absolute justice makes sense, and you start going into like lazy justice, like what? Anyways,
because there's just a dude who's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just look the other way, just don't do it again or whatever. And if you keep crossing him, he's like, alright, just die. Yeah. And he's like, I'll just take you out myself then.
Yeah. By the way, I say the Straw Hats are the good guys. I'm assuming they never do anything like completely evil. Like I know that they're on the like the dubious side of the law, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of like what's the evil. I know actually. Yeah, I feel like the evilest thing Luffy's ever done is he just staged a prison break where effing like Crocodile and his men got free. Cause he's like, oh, I gotta like go into prison to like save my brother, and he's like in there, he's like, well crap, I need allies to break out. And he just looks over at Crocodile and Caesar Clown, and he's like, well
I wouldn't call that evil. Not if he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like and even then I would argue that like the Straw Hat, like, doesn't Ace die anyways?
Yeah. Magma Guy fists him really hard.
That sucks. Stages a prison break for his brother and then he dies later anyways.
Yeah, it's even worse when you read it, because it's like they're literally getting away and Magma Guy's like, hey Ace, you're a chicken. And he's like, yo, you're like, Whitebeard was like a bitch and he sucks. And Ace just turns around like, what you say? And he like goes to fight him.
Yo, Whitebeard ruled. I don't blame Ace. I have very few experiences with One Piece, but I played the part of the game where they go over the arc where Whitebeard does cool things. And it's like, yeah, Whitebeard rules.
Yeah. Whitebeard just dies as like foul moments as like Blackbeard's like shooting the shit out of him and like panicking and like freaking out like a coward. Whitebeard just like hugs him and then dies standing up because he still acknowledged him as like a former crewmate. It's like, damn, Whitebeard. Damn.
Whitebeard is so cool. But yeah, I guess what I mean with like the Straw Hats doing anything evil, it is like, have they ever like just recklessly killed anyone?
No.
Okay.
Not a lot of people die in One Piece, honestly.
Yeah.
Not to have like flashbacks.
I'm gonna assume that the worst the Straw Hats have done is steal stuff.
Well, actually think about they may have actually led to some people getting killed really partially. Cause like, alright, so there's just straight up an arc where like, you know, Luffy and his crew are like just on this like island, and there's just a bunch of like asshole like, you know, nobles just riding around on human slaves, and one of them's like, hey, like, I wanna like buy a mermaid to be a slave, and it's like a former like friend of Luffy and the gangs. So Luffy's just straight up like, alright, you know, like, I need to just stop this man. And everyone just looks at Luffy and they're like, don't you do this. This guy's got actual power. Like, he will, like, call people here that will wreck us. And Luffy just does it anyways to save his friend. And, like, I'm pretty sure a good number of people on that island just die. Because, like, the Marine Admirals just, like, show up, and it just becomes this big, crazy, like, battlefield where people are just getting, like, just blasted down in the streets.
I wouldn't put that on Luffy. That's the other guy, like, using his power to, like...
Yeah, when I say power, I mean, like, authority, by the way, not,
yeah,
like...
I know,
Yeah.
I know. Like... Luffy was trying to do the right thing, and the evil people caused the deaths. I wouldn't put that on Luffy.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of One Piece is kind of like that, where it's like, oh yeah, we like took out the bad guy, but like it kind of destabilized a region, but you know, don't worry about it, it'll work itself out.
Yeah. But point being, like, the Straw Hats aren't malicious. They're the heroes of that story.
Oh yeah, ambiguously.
But by all definitions of like the law, they should be the bad guys because they're pirates.
I guess this wouldn't count, but like there's another thing where it's like they did defeat Wapol, and because they defeated him, Wapol had to get like a new career because he got like dethroned as king. And that led to him developing a bunch of super metals that made the Navy even stronger. Because he could just, like, eat things and, like, mix materials together using his weird power. So he just develops, like, Wapolanium or something, and just, like, they use it to make all their cyborgs and stuff, like, way more powerful.
Again, I wouldn't put that on Luffy. That's not...
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Like, I feel like the fact that I'm stretching so hard probably, like, shows where this, like, is at, right?
Yeah. And every time I'm like, no, that's not Luffy's fault.
Not quite. Like, you could maybe argue indirectly, but, like, eh.
But yeah, anyway, Shaman King.
Yeah.
They meet up with Hal's minions, and like, it's like, oh, we'll deal with you guys, or we don't need like our extra members to deal with you. And then like the football guy flies out of nowhere with an entire football team behind him.
Yeah. So we finally learned what Football Man's powers are for like a brief moment.
Yeah. He's about to hit him with the big touchdown, which is the name of his attack. And it's like, oh, of course it is.
Yeah. So his power is just straight up, like, he can summon the ghosts of his dead former teammates from when he was, like, on a football team.
Yeah.
I have to assume his medium is literally a bunch of footballs.
Maybe. His name's Big Guy Bill.
Oh man, that's great.
Which, I mean, I guess is like just like his football nickname or whatever.
Yeah.
His name's probably just Bill. But yeah, his guardian ghosts are 21 of his teammates who died in an accident. Marco explains.
Oh man.
And they all just pull out their guns.
Yeah, they all just pull out their guns and summon their angels, like, immediately. And all of their angels just, like, wreck this guy simultaneously. And they all do their cool, like, villain pose as, you see, like, all their angels in the big group shot. And yeah, this is what I was kind of talking about before. These guys have some very car-like designs to them, like, very specifically. Like, you just look at the guy on the left, it's like, alright, that's just, like, the front of, like, a Jeep is, like, the chassis.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, like, dudes with, like, big headlights on their shoulders, you have, like, that sort of front, like, intake on a lot of them, I didn't even realize, but Michael just has a big wheel behind his head as, like, the halo, and, like, the spokes make up, like, the thing in the middle. It's like, a lot of them have little, like, like, mechanical, like, spoiler bits or whatever it's called, like, little bits above, like, on the back of their head that, like, physically holds up, like, the halo symbol or whatever, like, like, how a front, like, decoration would or something on, like, the hood of a car, right?
Yeah. You can really see one of the headlights when it's going through all the angels and naming them.
Yeah.
And you can really see it on Uriel's design when it does the close-up. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a car headlight.
Yeah. Why are the angels cars? I don't know, but it's cool though.
Yeah, it looks like Metatron is like a big a motor.
Yeah. But yeah, like these are some crazy looking designs too. Like, holy crap.
Zariel, Remiel. 7 archangels.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
Right, there's 7 of them. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like, they all sort of do their big pose and stuff, and they're gonna, like, straight up kill this guy, and Yo's like, okay, no. Come on.
Not this time.
Yeah, he's like, we're not here to, like, kill these people, we're just here to, like, stop How. And, like, the background, you just see, like, the, like, guy in, like, the head, like, covering and stuff, whatever it's called, the burqa and, like, the robes, and he's just like, yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
We can't fight these people. And, like, in the manga, you see him literally sweating as he's like, yeah, we need to escape if we even can. And it's like, oh, alright. I forgot how absolutely thoroughly these, like, effing X-Log guys were just established just straight up.
They're very strong.
Yeah, they're extremely strong, it seems. Yeah. I wonder how many of these angels will actually see defeated by, like, the heroes.
I mean, assuming Yo is supposed to win for the story purpose.
Yeah. Because I'm imagining it's like, alright, maybe Yo defeats, like, Gabriel or whatever, and the other archangels, like, run off. And, like, Hal shows up, and they all, like, try to fight him at once, and Hal just murders all of them, like, in, like, one panel. I feel like that's how this is probably gonna go.
I mean, I could see Yo fighting Marco, and then, like, his friends fighting the other members.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Like, that's the thing, though, because it's like, how many different ways could you have to fight what's essentially just an angel robot, right? I don't know, that's the impression I get, if nothing else. I don't remember if that actually happens or anything, but like that's the thought that's coming to mind right now. It's like we're gonna score like a big moral victory or these guys once, and like another big villain's just gonna wipe them out, like to show how strong they are and how big they are. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna, like, just straight up, like, kill Big Bill. And Yo's just like, alright, no, I'm not letting you do that. And he actually, like, gets in the way of Marco, and they have, like, a whole, like, clash. Cause, like, they pushed Yo to his, like, actual limit, and he's like, okay, no, I can't just be lazy around anymore. I have to, like, step up to the plate and actually stop these guys.
Yeah, Yo straight up says if you just kill him like this, you're no better than Hal.
Yeah.
And like that really flips Marco's switch, and he's like full on attack on the Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he slams down on Yo, who's trying to attack him with Gabriel's sword. Or Michael? Is it Michael?
Yeah, it's Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just completely breaks Yo's sword.
Yeah, thankfully they could just, like, fix that, but holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just this big thing of, like, oh. Yeah, no, these are guys who actually, like, overpower Yo. This isn't even, like, you know, when Faust used all this, like, trickery and he, like, outsmarted them. It's like, these guys are, like, a physical, like, obstacle to overcome. They're just straight up, like, stronger than you.
Yeah. And the big takeaway from the moment is Yo is just like, he broke my sword.
Yeah, I honestly kind of, like, hate that they, like, lose the tension so fast. Because, like, yeah.
Yo's just happy that I'm pretty sure they saved Bill. It doesn't show him again, but
yeah. But still, like, you have this big dramatic moment where it's like, oh, they're like, there's actually, like, a out there that's, like, ideologically opposed to us, and they're going to, like, murder people, like, you know, without a second thought. And, you know, it's like, oh, we can't stop them, what are we gonna do? And Yo's just like, oh, hey, look at this weird thing, haha. And it's like, aw. Like, it's fine, it's just not my cup of tea.
Shaman King's pretty goofy in most times. I'm not too surprised by it.
I feel like, yeah, honestly, it's like, it's fine enough, but, like, you need, like, a lot of skill to pull off, like, comedy and drama, like, simultaneously, and make me be like, okay, yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, One Piece just barely pulls it off, and it's kind of amazing it even can. But yeah, like...
I was gonna say, that's pretty much the end of that whole encounter.
Yeah, really crazy, interesting episode. Like, I like that we're getting, like, ideological divides in the group, like, sort of forming right now.
Yeah. Because Lyserg is, like, on the side of the X-Laws, and Yo is just, like, obviously not.
Yeah, Lyserg's just straight up like, oh yeah, you know, he did the right thing, you know, and besides, like, look how beautiful these angels are. Look how cool these guys are. Oh man, aren't the X-Laws just the best? Everyone just looks back like, what? No. And Lyserg's like, no, but they did the job and they did justice, though.
That guy worked for the guy who killed my parents, so he was evil.
Yeah. Like, I could very easily see Lyserg joining the X-Laws if he found them first instead of, like, Yo's group. Because this is, like, exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, he doesn't care for the friendship stuff, he just wants power and he wants to kill Hal.
Yeah, if he had found the X-Laws and they were like, hey, join us, we're also trying to kill Hal, he would have been like, alright.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, totally. It's like, yeah, see you later, Morphine, I'm off to get an angel now.
He would have been like, okay, I'll test your power, and then they would have like probably not even had to have used their angels to beat him. It's like, all right.
Yeah. You have like tried to test them, they will have like wrecked him instantly, and he's like, okay, yeah, no, these guys are good. They know what's up. Oh man. So yeah, like anything else we really want to get into or whatever?
There's the ending part of the episode where Manta, what's her face? What is her name?
Anna, yeah.
Anna and Tamao?
Yes.
They finally land in America on the helicopter.
Yeah, they're like gonna give Yo the like special spell book and stuff. And I think they just look over and Hal's just there. Yeah.
Hal's just chilling there, like seemingly waiting for them.
So there's something I want to point out. Like, Hal always has this little, like, this little black kid with him. Has like this little, like, afro and stuff. And, like, yeah. I'm not sure. It seems like he might be able to see the future.
Really?
Because, like, while they're on the plane, like, before the plane disappeared, the kid was like, oh, yeah, it's about to happen, get ready. And they're like, oh, alright. And it's like, huh. And now Hal just knows where Anna's helicopter is going to land. And it's like, oh. Huh. I wonder if this child has anything to do with this.
It's like I guess we're potentially about to find out whether or not Anna's overwhelming power is enough to deal with Hal.
I imagine it probably won't be. Can you imagine if like Anna and Hal fight like once and she just solves the problem?
Honestly, I think it would be really cool, and the rest of the series is just like the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, that'd be like rad, honestly. Like, it'd be anticlimactic a bit, but it'd be so cool though.
I mean, it feels like that's what they're leading up to, because like Anna keeps doing really strong, powerful things, and it's like, how is this a problem?
Like, I imagine we're gonna get some scene where Anna's like, oh yeah, I'll just exercise your spirit, and like her like 10,080 beads or whatever just snap, and she's like, what? And Hal's like, yeah, nature spirits are like stronger than you expect, huh? And she's like, damn, this is a problem. I feel like we're gonna get something like that. Either that or Anna's gonna just straight up be like, hey, don't start a fight with this guy, he's freaking Hal, he will murder us.
Yeah, it could be that Hal does, like, maybe the kid can see the future, but it's like they don't know what their intentions are, who they are, or anything. So as far as we know, Hal is just like, was just told somebody's gonna show up here to help Yo and his friends. I don't know anything about him though.
Yeah, like, they probably might not even, like, know that she has the book, although they might be able to, like, infer it. That might be where it's going, like, they're trying to, like, figure out if she has the book or not, and, Anna has to, like, hide that she doesn't know what he's talking about or whatever. Like, she has to hide that she knows where the book is.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Or the fact that she has it.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess see you guys around next week or whatever.
Yeah.
I should mention I'll probably be like, quote unquote, taking a week off, even though I'll be still doing some streams and stuff, so like, yeah, I'll be like taking a week off from like some streams next week, I should say, because I don't want to let people down for like D&D and Phoenix Wright and stuff, but like, yeah, it's bit loaded for a bit, right? It'll be like loaded streaming. So yeah, just letting you guys know that, and I guess I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, later.